Hello, everyone. Okay, here we go. I am trying something totally new, which is I am going live from my Instagram feed. So I hope that this is working. It looks like it may be. Welcome to Thought for Thursday, our first Thursday of the new year. So far, it looks like I'm working all right. You know, me and technology, we don't always get along so well. So I'm very happy to see that this is working. Yay! Again, welcome to Thought for Thursday. I am thrilled to be here with you and Happy New Year. If you haven't seen any of my posts this week, well, you must have because you knew I was going to be on here tonight, right? But I'm hoping that this year will bring you all the things that you desire in just plenty, and just in a plentiful basket of measure for you. I really do pray that this year will be all that you envision it to be. And speaking of envision and speaking of vision and all of those things that we talk about, definitely around the beginning of the year, it's time for us to take action. It is time for us to take action. You saw the teaser that I put up earlier in the week that talked about all of the little cliches that we have. This is more for me in 2024. This is my time. This is my year. We come up with all these catchy phrases, but what does it mean if we get nothing accomplished? And let's face it, it's really easy to sit back and not get what it is that we truly desire because we don't move in time, or because we don't move at all to get where we want to be. So that's what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about some actionable things, some actions that you can take right away, right out the gate, as we've already started 2024. Things that you can do right now that are going to bring about a better chance of you actually meeting those goals and being successful. All right, so I've got a couple of things here. So I'm going to run through them kind of quickly because I really want to get to, well, I'll explain as I go along. So, what is one thing that you can do for sure? And these are things, the first 10 things that I'm talking about are really things that I've talked about before. If you watched anything that I've done last year, or, any of my programs, you know that I always encourage you to set realistic goals. You don't want to set yourself up to achieve something that's going to take an entire year. You don't want to set a goal of having things done within a month when you know that there's absolutely no way you're going to be able to reach that goal in a month. Be realistic. You've heard of SMART goals. Make sure that you're setting yourself up for success and not for failure. Something else you want to do, you want to make sure that you have a good support system around you. That may be friends. That may be a community that you have on Facebook. That may mean an accountability partner. That may mean a therapist. It could mean anyone who is going to provide you with the support that's needed, who's going to buy into your vision, going to recognize your goals and the importance of you reaching them and hitting what it is that you want to hit. Establish a routine. That is so important. That is something that you definitely need to do right out of the gate. Because chances are, if you could have met this goal before, you would have met it by now, right? And you may not have met it because you weren't used to having to do the things that you need to do to hit those goals. So you need to set up a routine. And it's real easy to abandon it if you don't have something set in place that you're going to do at the same time on a consistent basis. It gets real easy to pull away from it. So set yourself up with a routine to make sure that you get the things done that you need to get done. Celebrate the small wins. Don't overburden yourself with, again, getting the entire plan, your entire vision achieved within the first couple of days of the year. Guess what? It ain't happening, right? You need to be realistic. I've already said that. But then celebrate those small things, because you know what? There's a very good chance that up until now, you weren't even able to get that far, however far that is, right? So celebrate the small wins. Have some downtime. Get in front of the TV and with some popcorn. Take yourself someplace that you've been wanting to go for a while. Celebrate the small wins, or maybe just give yourself a pat on the back. Yes, I did it. I'm finally here. Something else, adapt and adjust. Okay, so what you set out to do, the original path that you were trying to follow to get to that goal, it's going to require a little more than you thought it was going to require. Well, don't let that discourage you. Be able to adapt. You're not getting the things in the time that you wanted to get them. It's okay. Don't give up. Don't give in. Keep at it. Find a different path to get to where you want to do the adjust piece of that. All right. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. I cannot stress that any more than I am right now. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Make yourself a priority, because if you don't make yourself a priority, no one else is going to kind of give you that room to do so. There comes a point where you're going to have to demand that you take precedence over all the other stuff that's going on in your life, because you have to make sure that you are okay. I did that with my health late last year, and I had to put some things in place that no matter what, I had to stick to them because I want to be healthy. I have a goal of being my best self this year, better than I was last year and the year before. You may have to do that when you're setting some priorities for self care for yourself. Learn from the things that have happened in your past. You've heard me say before, your journey is your journey. Whether there are good things in it or bad things, there's always something for you to take away from the situation. If nothing else, not to go down that path again. But I guarantee you that somewhere in the midst of even the murkiest of times, even the most quicksand situations, there is something that you can really use, that you can pull to really nurture and to feed on to help you to get to where it is that you really want to be. Nothing in your past or nothing in your present just happens to be happening. I wholeheartedly believe that everything happens in your life for a reason. It may not happen, and as you would design it to happen, but it is there, and you can grow from it no matter the situation. Visualize your success. Sit down and think about what it's going to look like when you get to where you want to be. Write that down. Put it in your journal so that you can come back to it. Imagine how you feel in that. I do something that's called passion mapping, and I'll be able to offer that opportunity to you again. I haven't done it in a long time. It is time to do a passion map sessions where you sit and you relate to how you feel in that vision. What does that vision make you feel like? You may have to go back and revisit that when you feel like giving up and not going. That feeling that you know is going to be there is what is going to push you. It's also the thing that's going to help you to limit those distractions. You're going to have them coming from you every which way, right? That's the main reason why we pull away from what it is we decide we're going to do at the beginning of the year. Because it's like, I just don't think I can do it again right now. I really don't want to do it. I'm distracted by this. I have to go take care of this person. I have to do this work. Well, there's something that I really need to spend my money on that's maybe that I'm saying is more important. But what is more important than realizing that vision that you've been holding on to for a long time? All right. So do what you can to limit the distractions. And the last thing I wanted to say in this particular section is get the professional help that you need. There are many of us who are able to lead you in the path of setting those goals, giving you actionable steps to take, being accountability for you, helping you to walk that path to reach that vision and the goals that you have set out to reach. I encourage you to reach out to me and identify specifically what it is you may need. I may not be that coach for you, but I can tell you that if it is something to do with empowerment, with career, with walking in your leadership capabilities, some business, whatever those things entail. I can definitely help you in getting to where you want to be and setting some actionable steps with some guaranteed results for getting you there if you follow the steps. Okay. And what I also want to encourage you, and I say this a lot when I coach my clients, the timing, the steps may be there. You may be taking the actions, but you have to give yourself the time for these things to iron out and to happen. Don't get discouraged when they don't come to fruition when you initially believe that they should. And believe that in your future, the best is always available for you and the best is yet to come. That's my theme for every year because I know each year I'm doing what I can to be better. And that's what you need to focus on as well. All right. So, those are 10 things that really you need to set out to do as you desire to go and get your goals accomplished. But let's think out of the box for a minute. How is it? What can I do right now? It's first thing in the morning. Already, I think I'm not going to meet my goals. Already, I know I'm getting ready to mess up. I set some things out that I was going to do. Here it is, the 4th of January, and I've already missed 2 or 3 days. Do a reset. What are some things that are going to help you? Some realistic and some practical things that are going to free you up and give you some time in your day so that you can focus on those goals. Some things like batch cooking, meal prepping on the weekends. Those are things that give you that extra space that you need during the week so that you can sit down and you can write those goals, so that you can sit down and focus on how you're going to get to them. Those are things that are real simple, actionable steps that you can take that could free up an hour a day for you, 2 hours a day, particularly if you're cooking a meal not just for yourself, but perhaps for a family. Stuff that you can do that's going to help you to manage your time a little better. What else? Be sure that you utilize technology. Make sure you utilize technology that is efficient. What am I talking about? I'm talking about batch cooking, some technology that's out there. Hey, what about a rice cooker? That's something you can throw on and come and sit in the office or sit wherever, and that gives you some time. For you folks in business, those who have to do social media things, there's technology out there that will post for you. Delegate, and we'll talk about that a little more in just a second. I'm already giving you a peep card as to where I'm going here. But look into the technology that is going to be able to help you to further where it is you want to go and to hit those goals that you really want to see. All right. So I already talked about it a little bit. Make sure that you're in a position where you can delegate. If you can delegate, delegate. Those of you with children, there's some things that they can help you with, the children who are still in the house anyway. There's some things that you can assign them. Some tasks that perhaps you have been doing for them, mom, that they can really do on their own. Help them out initially in the first few weeks. It may be a little difficult for them to realize, okay, I got to get up. I got to make sure that I go down and get my meal that's already been meal prepped for me on the weekend. And that gives you that extra time that you may need in the mornings to pray, to meditate, to sit down and focus on the 10 things that you're going to do first thing in the morning, the 10 things that you're going to do over the day. The goal is to be efficient and to be effective in how you move. So that could require some delegation. All right. Utilize the community. There's so many things in the community that are available to you that you can tap into, whether it be a group on the weekend that may help with networking, whether you network with a group of women who you can alternate for some things that you may be responsible for. Somebody takes something today, I'll do it on Thursday. Someone else does it on Wednesday. Again, it's all about managing what it is you have to do in the best way that you can so that you will have the time and so that you won't fall prey into whatever is going to pull you away from adhering to the actions that you need to take. That may mean sharing an activity. I talked about that a little bit already. That's definitely something that can be done, perhaps amongst someone in your house. Say that you're caring even for someone outside of your house. You have an elderly parent that you have to go care for. Perhaps you can split some of the responsibilities. On Saturdays I go here and I take this person for groceries. On Sundays someone else may come in and take them for church, and then we spend family time even on Sunday evenings. Things that you need to think about. Think outside of the box. What can I do so that I can have the time, so that I can set myself up appropriately, so that I can do what I need to do? And this is a big one for me. Set up a space where you're going to work. Set up a space. If you're like me, I don't like clutter. So I have a space in my office. And when it starts to get cluttered, I fix that because I know I don't operate well in clutter. That's something else that I want to throw in there. Find out what it is that you know hinders you from moving in the best way that you can move. For me, that's clutter. It throws my life off. And I no longer apologize for it. I used to say to my family, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I know it's not bothering you, those shoes sitting there, but for some reason it is just totally disturbing me. I'm sitting here and all I can see is those shoes are out of place." Yeah, to that extent, it really does bother me. But I don't apologize for it, particularly since I know that how I feel when things are out of order truly do stop me from taking the actions that I need to take. Figure out what those things are for you, and then do what you can to eliminate what those things are. So now back to the dedicated space. I took off on a little tangent there, but it was also something that I feel that would be beneficial for you because I know it is for me. Having this dedicated space is great, wherever that may be, in your office, in a little nook in your bedroom. It could be some time that you have in a space outside of your home, in a space in your basement. Have a dedicated space where you can journal, where you can think, where you can pray, where you can plan, where you can set things in action so that you can do the action that you need to do to get the results that you want. All right. So I know I just flew through a bunch of stuff, but I wanted to make sure that I got it all in and adhere to my 15 minutes. I went a little over, but you guys, we can do this. We absolutely can. Yeah, all the cliches are great. 2024, we can get more in 2024. 2024 is our year. The best is yet to come. All of those sound great. They really can be done, but I want you to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success so that you can actually be successful. And if you adhere to the things that we talked about tonight, you're definitely on your way to being successful. All right. So that's it, guys. Again, happy new year. Let's get working. Let's get to moving. Let's get these actions going because this is going to be our best year. It really is. Go out and be you. Be yourself. Know that this version of you is a good version. If there are things that you need to improve, commit to doing that, but know that you are the best person who can be you. So go out and courageously do that. Oh my gosh, I got warm in here. Go out and be courageous. Be confident in who you are. Know that you are enough just who you are. Your imprint is important. Go out and touch something. This world needs a touch that only you can give it. Make it better for you. Make it better for me. Make everything better by being you. All right? That's it. Have a good one, and I'll talk to you soon.